Okay, hello guys. In this video, I'm gonna talk briefly about the requirements for Erhvervscasen, where you can find the information needed in order to get going. The first thing you ought to do are to watch all the videos presented, and in this case, it's with Hansens Fløde. So we have the company, the production, logistics, sale, marketing, e-marketing, the store, and the financials. So for example, if you click on the company, you have different videos that you need to watch, where it's kind of information where you can see where they present their financial situation, etc. Very, very, very useful. That's the first thing you ought to do, because you need to get an overview of the company. Stuff, you need to open the financial report, and we see here Hansens Fløde SAPS, where we see in CVR API, we have the registration of Jægerspris, which is correct. And you see previous reports here from 19, 18, 17, 16, and 15. Many of these would be interesting to look at. So if we first open the report from most recently, we have from the audited Randtorten. And here we can scroll down, and this might be where you will end up in some trouble, but I'm gonna try to explain. That's what you're presented with is gross profit, and then cost of the employees and depreciation, and then you're presented with the driftresultat, which is the operating profit. Then you have other financial income and other financial costs, and then we have the profit before tax and tax of this year's result, and then this year's result. Okay, and overført resultat means that this year's result has been transferred to the company equity. So that's the interesting part. The situation you'll encounter now, which will lead you to some struggles and to some wondering, is okay, how should we consider now these figures, because it's not possible to calculate return on investment, because we don't have profit before tax, so we don't have the net income. It's not possible either to return the profit ratio. So we have some issues. What's most interesting to look at is calculate some index figures, and for this it might be an idea to look at the different index figures. You can take these figures, and then you can decide on a basic year. That might be 2015. We have reports from back then, and then you can go through each part. These informations are not found in English, so you have to go with the Danish translation. The balance is also represented here. It's actual assets. So fixed assets and current assets, omsætningsaktiver, current assets, and the assets, total assets, which is also represented here. It might also be interesting to read the report in general in order to get an understanding of the financial situation, which I want you to reflect on. What's really important now is also that you consider ideas. I would like you to revisit some of the things that we worked on, for example, how to calculate break-even calculations. So if you, for example, a good idea is for your ideas for how to solve a situation for the company is that you come up with an idea, for example, to produce a different kind of ice cream. Then I want you to look into the prices of the raw material, prices of labor, prices of production, prices of marketing, all these prices, so that you can get a reasonable idea about fixed and variable prices, and then use these to calculate a break-even calculation. Of course, not a 100% correct break-even calculation, but a break-even calculation that made sense. So, for example, if it costs 14 kroner to produce a new type of ice cream, how many do you have to sell before you actually start making money on it? A calculation like that, and if you then sell these 200,000 bottles of ice cream, or 2,000 or whatever you need in order to make money on it, how will that influence your financial situation? Then it's kind of a setup where you look into this current situation, and you have an estimate of a budget of how things will look if the company decides to take your advice and maybe produce a new type of ice cream, or buy advertisement or something like that. I want you to think in these paths and see if it's possible for you to do something good with this company. Okay.